Okay, just a quick update tonight. Got the inside cleaned out, threw the fuel tank in just to kind of remember where I was at on the project. As you can see, got the fuel cell set in place. You can see how the bracket holds it. It's not going to go anywhere once that's all bolted down tight. Just 4 big bolts, but it's a full channel frame all the way around it. It's all welded into place. I mean, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. Fill hose, I should say. It's going to come in. I may have to rotate the neck, clockwise a little bit, put a little bit better angle. It'll go up and connect there. That's the fill hose. Then the vent line, of course, goes into the side, and it'll keep everything. Hopefully, there'll be no fumes in there. Then where the seats are going to wind up going, probably going to put a box in, mount it right against that bottom brace there, come up here somewhere, bring it back where it kind of encloses all of that, and like I said, it still leaves plenty of room underneath there for tools or whatever else I want to put in. There's even plenty of room on the sides. There's not really a good access. The seats are going to be in a way, once they're up, it's kind of hard to get back there. They will tilt forward, but I don't know, maybe put a radio amp, who knows. Do a little bit of body work, trying to get some of that stuff done. You can see underneath that's got a good gap under there too. You can get down to the transmission where it hooks up. And you can see right down there where the fuel hose goes out. It's gonna have to go through the body somewhere. I get the light down there. There we go. A little bit better with the light. Now you can see how that's welded. And it goes right against the bottom. I mean, there's quite a bit of room down in there. But that's why I put the angle in it. Could have went, if I ever decided to. If I got crazy and this doesn't hold enough fuel, doesn't give me enough range, I could always build another tank a little bit bigger and almost use it in the same place, just have a drop down. Of course, when I was building it, I didn't really have any idea how I was going to put it in there. But I knew about the dimensions I wanted of kind of how it was going to work. But that's it. Got the fuel tank in, got it cleaned out. Found when I was going through the car, I forgot that I even had these. Got a full set of brake lights, front turn signals, got a 5-point, got the stuff for the harness in here, T-handle shifter, forgot I even had that, push button short throw, get that sucker put in, the boot for the brakes, just you name it, got parts. Oh, hey, everybody knows what that is. I put the shifter back in. I don't think I ever used it because mine was fine. I just wanted it with a bushing. Well, it was cheap at the time, so I bought it anyway. Still got to do more with the front. Hadn't really got anywhere. Hadn't done any welding on the side. You can kind of see the floor a little bit better. Oh yeah, see, now you can see there's plenty of room under there. I still got stuff. I vacuumed it a little bit, but not much. And then all the bracing for the seats, everything's welded in. The cage is all welded. You can still take the body off if you need to. That's where I tied the cage instead of tying it into the floor. You can see it's welded to the body. So down here, of course it's not welded in. It's all welded. Even over here, everything's welded to the body. Only thing I would have to do is take the plates out from the tunnel. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I guess you can't really take it off. Or could you? No, you can't. You can't take the body off because the roll cage goes through everything. Dang, I completely forgot about all that. I was thinking I could pull it through, but the cage goes through the firewall. You can see I put all that weird caulking and stuff in there. Kind of, they had it factory, so I kind of did the same thing. Still need to finish this up there where the battery box is. Give you a little bit better look at that. There's still that one hole there for the battery cable to come through, and it'll run along down the floor, come out through there. There's still a big hole there, right there in the corner. That was for the fuel line, I guess what it used to be, or the small one was. I don't know. One was battery cable. Yeah, battery cable went out because the battery used to mount right here. But I'm not real keen on mounting the battery directly under the fuel cell. Even though it's aluminum, just didn't seem like a good idea to me. So I had to figure out another way to do it. And of course it's welded. I put in gussets over the pipe. It used to be the way it goes, but it's welded all the way around because I had access once I pulled the sunroof off. You can see it's kind of bright with the weld there. Put in that plate, and then where the holes were, welded those in. Plug weld, I guess is what it's really called. Welded all the way in the back onto the back pan. Then it goes through the firewall. I got those plates welded and bolted. Welded and bolted in. It's not structure for the firewall, but that structure so that when I put the cage on, the rear bumper, it mounts up here, and I got these little plates. It's all welded and bolted through. Still got to seal all that up. Probably finish welding some of this up because there's no reason for these to ever come back off. Doghouse should clear. Then of course it's got the two bottom ones, so the bumper just slips on and bolts up. Not a problem. 6-year-old. So polyurethane mounts, they're really good, right? Unless you have, I guess 4 years old at the time, decides to come out and he wants to jack the car up and puts the jack underneath the transmission. Yeah, polyurethane mounts, not so indestructible if somebody lifts it that way. I just hadn't got around to putting new ones in. That, yeah, kids, what are you gonna do? That's what I get for leaving the jack under the car. I used to just leave them, well, just like they are in the front right now. But now I leave them in the front instead of the back of the car. And my 2 floor jacks in here. So he's working on cars. I sit in there. He decided he wanted to jack the car up. Got it underneath the transmission because that looked good. Didn't put it against the mount. Put it against the tranny. So bada bing, bada bang. Time to get new polyurethane mounts. That happens. Yeah, there's a nasty little dent here. So I still got a whole bunch of sanding to do here to get all that clear up. You can still see dust on it. And then back here, that last little spot to clean up. And then put the fuel door back on. A lot of cleaning left. But starting to get organized. Get a little bit more in shape. If y'all want to subscribe, I want to do updates on this rather than taking a million pictures. It's kind of more fun. I like this thing. I may be old, but trying to get in a new thing for using YouTube and junk, social media crap. Seems like it's easier. If people got questions, you know, of course on the Samba, you can check me out on there, and I'll answer questions there if you got any questions. But then I can do videos again. Of course, you can see all this. There used to be pictures before Photo Bucket took a crap. But that's solid metal. That's all welded in. Got the gauges welded up where they're going to go. Like I said, I had ideas of putting a radio in, and it's cut out for the den, double den, single den. I don't know what the hell you call it. I'm not a radio guy. But then I kind of got to thinking about it. I ride the motorcycle full time. Got my Kawasaki Concourse. That's what I ride. As a matter of fact, you can see I got the rain cover on because it's supposed to rain tomorrow on the seat. But I ride full time, and I got Bluetooth and all that stuff on my helmet, so I just use Pandora most of the time. So I'm thinking, why not just put in some type of Bluetooth receiver hooked up to an amp and speakers, and just use that. Not even have a radio for somebody to steal. I can weld a plate back into that, clean it all up, and put some switches, some indicator lights. I can do something else with that space, which is what I'm planning on doing anyway. Still got the oh shit handle that's going to bolt on there. So I got to figure out a few things. I don't really run the rearview mirror, so I took that out. I don't plan on having it there. I may put some switches up there for front lights or something. Got to figure out some kind of thing to do with the headliner. Like I said, I want to kind of clean it up inside. It's one for insulation, just to make it nice and it doesn't have that echo sound in there. Get rid of all that. You see, I kind of did stuff on the doors. To clear the frame, it looks pretty jicky. I need to smooth it some more maybe, but I just kind of massaged this in a little bit. For people who don't know what that means, I took a hammer to it so it cleared the side of the roll cage, because I had the roll cage pressed forward as far as possible. As you can see, it goes right up into this channel. It's welded in here too. This is all welded in on the body as well, into the frame, and then down into this cross frame that I put in. This is get the light down where you can kind of see it. So where the heater channels used to be, I welded in plate all the way around because I had to cut the heater channels out. They were just rusted, so I cut them all out, replated it, and I put in, it's like its own heater channel, but of course it doesn't go anywhere. It's air in there, but you know, welded that all up. You can kind of see down under it a little bit. Get to it. Yeah, a little. Kind of see. But anyway, that's all welded into place. Whole point was just to beef it up so the whole side plate, it drops in. I welded all this in, put in a whole channel, put the body on. I bought the plates that go to it. If you can tell, you can't even tell because I welded the seam on all of it. But there's two plates. This regular steel plate that goes under here, and then I welded another steel piece to it. The one I bought I thought was too thin, too flimsy. So I took the plasma cutter and cut me some pieces out. It made it look the same, and welded that all up. Made a new channel, so it's a completely new channel. All this part's welded in here. That's all new metal. I just welded off all that, or ground off all the where it holds the carpet. This stuff right here was all wobbly like that. Haven't done that on this side yet. I think that side's still there, but that's what holds all of your headliner and all that crap. These little things you stick under there and they kind of just tap them into place and holds everything in. I don't know if I'm going to use that. I may do something with it. If not, I might just cut them out. But had to weld, so it's welded to the body here. You know, of course, on the sides, right here in the front, the whole cage is all welded together. All these seams are welded up. Goes through there. Of course, it goes all the way up back. Got this cross beam that's welded. This beam that's welded. And of course, it ties into the back right there. So it's. I'm not a cage designer. I just took this cage that was in it, cut it apart, stretched it a little bit, because like I said, when these were before, right there, that center joint, it wasn't long enough. So I couldn't slide these bars. They were set to go like about right here somewhere, and they bolted down to the floor and all kind of weird junk. And I didn't like that. I really didn't like the way that looked or worked. It seemed like it got in the way of the door handles when they come in. Like right now, you can see where the hole is over there for the door handle. It should clear, and I believe it does. Before I took all the window stuff out, I think it does clear because it was far enough forward that it clears. You can still roll the windows up and down, which is something I definitely want to do. I don't want to have a problem with that. So that all works out pretty good. Keeps everything open, but pushes all this to the front, and it's pre-tension a little bit. And then, you know, it's got the bar. Instead of just having that and welding something in, I welded the bar in between, so you can see it's, you know, the seats are completely part of the cage. Of course, they go to the tunnel. I guess if I got in a bad enough wreck, these with the seats bolted, I don't know, it could. I don't know if it could come apart. You know, I could weld from here down, weld a cross brace in, but you know, then it's got these big 1/4-inch angle iron pieces that are welded in for the seat frames, but it also helps tie these all together. And you know, like I said, it's all, I think it's pretty sturdy. If I get in a bad enough wreck, I always thought about I could put another bar across there, tying these two together in the front, and I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it because that's where the steering column goes, and it'd just be a pain in the ass to do, and it'd be in the way of my feet and everything else. So I think we got enough stuff up here tied in with the bar. You know, it's you can see it's got a brace that comes in right across that. I still got to tie in. You know, the front beam's all bolted and done. The bottom brace is all done. So it's all. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think I'll be all right. If I had something hard enough, if I roll it or whatever, I think I'd be fine. If I just crash it into something, but. You know, my kid, 17-year-old daughter, she's going to be driving it. She'll be the first one to drive it. So the 1600 is going to stay in there. Not going to take the 1600 out. It's going to have that for a while. And I may build a 2180 for myself. And, you know, it's just a matter of pulling the rear bumper cage off, disconnecting a few things, and I can switch motors around. When I want to drive it, I'll put the 2180. When the kids drive it, the 1600 goes back in. Gotta be smarter than the kids. Anyway, that's kind of it. More to come. Stay tuned. Till next time.